This is Swipe on the show.
We're at one of Europe's biggest climate change events, finding the green tech pioneers of the future. Open wide, I get to go on a dentist drill, but thankfully my patient is a virtual one. And get ready to rock out with Lenny. We've got Guitar Hero live in our games review.
Hello from the Climate Kick Innovation Festival here in Birmingham. This is where some of Europe's most promising clean tech startups are competing against each other with technology they've developed to help fight climate change. From bottles you can eat to robots that clean. Let's take a look now at some of their inventions. Here's Angela.
This edible water container could mean the end of plastic bottles. When you're done with Uhu, you can eat it. It's made from seaweed and it's biodegradable. There's a big demand for renewable ideas to produce a low-carbon economy, and innovators are trying to accelerate that shift and make it happen faster.
If you look at the science of climate change today, it's clear that we're heading in a very bad direction indeed, and we have to move fast. And the only thing which will allow us to move fast is new technology, essentially, in all the different fields, whether we're talking transportation, lighting, energy, distribution, the whole works.
Here's one concept that could help reduce the impact of rising sea levels. Caltrop is focused on building natural dams by planting mangrove plants to catch and collect river sediment.
Caltrop is a modular degradable system that we plant parallel to the coastline, even in 2 levels if needed. And then we put the mangrove trees inside these modules. So it catches the sediment coming from the river, and then when it's not needed anymore, it degrades and builds into the soil.
Other innovations include this one by Agrilution, a kitchen system that can grow vegetables and herbs without soil. And here's one aiming to reduce fuel consumption and emissions. The shipping industry emits over 800 million tonnes of carbon dioxide each year. Some of this is caused when slime, algae and barnacles attach to a vessel's hull. Fleet Cleaner has developed inspection robots to remove this.
This idea is already being used in Finland. Repack is a returnable and reusable system for online shopping, and with me is the man behind it. So tell me more about it.
Well, when you're shopping online, first you of course choose your stuff that you're going to get. But then at the checkout you can choose Repack as your delivery packaging. And when you get your stuff, all you do with Repack is fold it into letter size, drop it into a post box anywhere in the world. It comes back free of charge, and then when this is coming back to us, we are going to reuse it, and you are rewarded with a voucher for your next online purchase.
These startups may have commercial solutions to climate change, but they're working in a market where techniques are experimental and many innovations haven't been proven yet, so it can be difficult to get funds, which is why competitions with financial incentives like Climate Kick are so important. Angela Barnes, Sky News.
You're watching Swipe, still to come.
I get hands-on with the simulation kit helping train dentists.
But first, here's a roundup of some of this week's other tech news.
Apple's head of software has been telling us how old-fashioned television channels are. Eddie Q was speaking around the launch of the new Apple TV, which lets viewers use voice commands to choose what they watch.
We wanted to bring to television, in a way, what we've done with the phone. And that is apps, things like Siri, the touch interface. And so we really wanted to revolutionize how you looked at your television.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt was the big winner at this year's Golden Joystick Awards, taking 5 gongs, including Ultimate Game of the Year. Grand Theft Auto picked up 4, including Best Multiplayer for its online version. While Satoru Iwata, Nintendo's late CEO, who died in July, was honoured with the Lifetime Achievement Award. An all-in-one sleep companion for children has launched on crowdfunding site Indiegogo, raising over £21,000 in 7 days. As well as acting as a nightlight, Remy can track your child's sleep, and you can set it to wake up the little ones when you're ready. Stick around, we've got the new Assassin's Creed coming up in our games review.
Now about that dentist drill action I mentioned earlier. This week I was lucky enough to go inside one of the world's leading dental schools to have a go on some virtual reality kit helping train dentists. And I got to have a chat with one of the inventors too.
So these are your 3D glasses. They give you a 3D view and a view of your new patient.
So I need to wear these to do some drilling on my poor patient here.
Absolutely. So grab the handpiece under there.
Ooh.
That's it. Lift it up.
Right.
Absolutely perfect. And then down here you've got a foot pedal. So if you press down on that, you can start to spin up.
Ooh.
There you go. That's it.
That
there
noise.
you go. And you see that brown area in the tooth? So that's the decayed material. This patient has not been looking after their teeth properly. So you need to remove as much of that brown area as possible without removing any of the healthy looking material.
So am I going to press down?
That's it. So push into it. Perfect.
Oh my goodness, that makes me feel sensitive.
And so you can feel that. You can feel the contact you're making. And that's really important because what we're using is a haptic device. Haptics is the science of touch, basically. So a haptic device gives you realistic force feedback. It's basically equivalent to what a computer monitor gives you visually. This gives you that realistic touch sensation.
I always get such sensitive teeth when I'm at the dentist. So is this kind of training teaching dental students how to determine that pressure, how forceful to be?
Exactly. It gives you a lot more information than you would do using traditional methods, for example. So you know exactly how hard you're pressing, you know how much real material you've removed, how much decayed material. It gives you a lot of metrics that you couldn't normally get.
And do you see haptic technology being rolled out and used in other kinds of surgery? Could we practice brain surgery using this kind of technology?
Oh, absolutely. We've already developed this with King's College London to do both dental drilling and injection. And we're crowdfunding now to take this through to a commercial product where we intend to roll out a huge number of different surgical and medical training procedures.
I think I've really overdone it on this guy's tooth. What do you think?
I think we'll give you a C+ this time.
Oh, see, that's pretty good. I wouldn't even give myself an F for that.
Now it's time for you to take centre stage and unleash some of that musical talent. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. Here's Chris with our games review.
Guitar Hero Live, it's been a while since these sort of rhythm-based games have been around, and I haven't played one since Guitar Hero 2, which was a while ago. So for me, coming back into Guitar Hero has been quite a lot of fun. They've changed the controller up. Rather than just 4 buttons along the top, there's now 6, with 3 above and 3 below, which adds a new sort of challenge to it and there's a lot of fun. There's a live element to it, hence the name Guitar Hero Live. We're in front of a live filmed crowd that will either like cheer you, like, "Hey, you're doing great," or just completely boo you if you're doing terribly. There's no real in between. You're either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. It's a little gimmicky, but it's kind of fun if people are watching you. But the best thing is Guitar Hero TV, just a rolling MTV-style channel that just keeps playing music videos that you can play along to constantly. And multiplayer is still a lot of fun. Assassin's Creed Syndicate is the continuation of a long series. There's one that comes out every year. And for me, it's not really an evolution of the series, it's more of a return to form. The last game, Unity, was full of bugs and was fine, but not that great. This one, however, feels more like some of the older games when I actually enjoyed them and had fun with them. You play 2 people, Jacob and Evie Fry, in Victorian London. So you get to run around exploring Victorian London. One of my favourite things is you look out on the River Thames, full of boats just delivering goods everywhere, and as someone who's very sad and into history, it's a lot of fun. Also, I way prefer playing as Evie because she's got like, this cane with knives on it and all sorts of crazy stuff, and it's really fun to play with. So if you like, say, the older Assassin's Creed games like Assassin's Creed 2, this is a return to that. The Beginner's Guide is made by a company called Everything Unlimited Limited, which is a very funny name. I like it. And they previously made the Stanley Parable. And I say they, this is all pretty much made by one person. This game takes you on a little journey where you turn on a desktop and there's a bunch of unfinished sort of conceptual games. And the narrator sort of prompts you, let's play through these little unfinished weird games and try and get an idea about the person who made the game. So you click through and play all these little weird abstract games. And it's sort of an interesting insight into the relationship between sort of the consumer and the creator. Because you get, while the narrator's talking to you, you get a strong idea about, oh, this is sort of what the person was like. You go through weird, jaggedy sort of mindscape kind of games. You're like, this person maybe wasn't in a good place when they made this little bit of a game. And you get a picture of a person at the end of it. It's really good. Halo 5, it's the second jaunt by 343 Industries, who are the new sort of caretakers of the Halo franchise after Bungie have moved on to other games. And it's a lot of fun. I don't want to give too many spoilers for the main campaign, but you have Spartan Locke coming in, who's a new guy to the sort of Halo scene. And he's hanging out with a bunch of old people that you played, like there's Buck, played by Nathan Fillion, who was in Halo 3 ODST. And they're all hanging out looking for Master Chief, who's on the run now, apparently. But I won't spoil any of it because it's really fun. If you like Halo, you're going to like this. It's got a lot of classic Halo moments. The main thing for me, though, that I really enjoyed was the Warzone multiplayer mode. And it's kind of just bundled everything into Halo multiplayer. So you've got AI enemy teams running around, you've got a team of other people that you're fighting against, you've got bosses, you've got objectives to capture, you've got vehicles everywhere. It's just everything, and it feels like they've just gone, what's everything fun about Halo multiplayer? Let's just put it all in this and have a ton of fun with it. It's definitely worth checking out. It feels like an evolution of first-person shooting.
That's it for this week. Take a look at Sky News on mobile and iPad and find out who was named Europe's best clean tech startup at this event. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.